event of 2024. Thank you all so much for joining. Just subtle reminders here. We are recording. Please have your mics muted for the event until we get to the Q&A section. At that point, you can feel free to just raise your hand using the Zoom raised hand feature. But throughout the event, don't hesitate to use the chat box to engage with the slides that you're seeing, or just engage with each other. And then also, we will have the Q&A function open and available. Ian is standing by to answer those kind of technical questions. I think I saw Evan join the event as well, so he can also answer some of those questions as well. But without further ado, let's get started. So as you all know, or if you've joined these events in the past, we always go over our mission here of AFOL being augmented reality for everyone. In part why we make these awesome events and why we have so many exciting challenges throughout the year, and overall just just have like as much engagement possibility where you all get some hands-on with web AR. So we're really excited about this year. We have a lot of great challenges planned for the year, a lot of great events planned for the year. Thank you to everyone that participated in the community health report survey at the end of the year last year. That was really instrumental in us planning a lot of the stuff for this year. So really appreciate you all participating in that. So without further ado, just going to quickly introduce who will be speaking today. So for product, we have Megan Butte joining us. I'll be going over some of your community updates, and then Ian will be joining us for talking a little bit about support and where to get the resources that you all need while you're building. So with that, I'd love to pass the mic over to Megan to hear a little bit about the product releases that we had in 2023.
Hi, everyone. I'm Megan Butte, as said, and really excited to talk about what launched last year. This shouldn't be any surprises. So at first we have launched was some of the updates to the cloud editor. This is actually based on feedback that we hear from you. IntelliSense, I want to call out Jason Webb. I know he's not on, but he was one who was a big proponent of this. Code Peak, code definition was another one. Command palette. These were all things that launched based on community feedback. So we really, really appreciate all the updates that you have, especially the feature request and from just like questions we get on a regular basis, just to make it easier and easier. Next we launched sky effects and roll tracking. This way you could use both sky and SLAM to have just like augment everything. This was a really exciting piece. We saw a lot of really cool activations from this, and really improved how like real things feel when they can go from the sky to the ground. And so just love to see these experiences. Next. We also now support 5 languages, of course English, but Japanese, French, German, and Spanish across the site and in our code editor. So we're looking to add more. This is another great place where if you have a language that you would like supported on AFOL, throw it in our channel so we can uplift that and try to get those supported as soon as possible. And next, improved face effects. Face effects was something that we started with a long time ago. It was like, we heard back from the community as well that this is something that needed to be improved. So iris tracking was a big one. As you see here, you can now have multiple faces, up to 3, and just like a lot of different morphing features. So a lot of enhancements, especially around the lips. So great for like virtual try-ons. So excited to see more of these experiences launch. And we've seen a lot of improved face effects as well. Great to get feedback on this one. Next one. Metaversal deployment plus mixed reality. We know, I don't know how many of you were up the other day to order Apple Pro. I was not, or Vision Pro. I was sleeping. But if you were up, you know that this is the year of these mixed reality HMDs. And we worked a lot with supporting the MetaQuest, because that's what Apple doesn't open it up to everyone. We have improved support for metaversal deployment. You can now do the MetaQuest browser as well as the, what is it called? The support rooms, the support setups rooms for the browser as well. And just an overall improved experience for that HMD that's going to be this year and beyond for web AR development. Next, hand tracking. This was a big request. We're so excited that we launched new hand tracking. So it has hand, wrist, and fingers. We also have a new adaptive mesh and 36 attachment points that you can see here. We've seen a lot of really cool things happening with the hand, and it launched right in time for the holidays, which was really fun. So just excited to see how more of this can be used in, can we get hand? Can we get world? Can we get sky? There's so many things that can be combined with the new hand tracking. So really, really cool. This is another important thing for that HMD use case as well. And next. GenAI modules, probably my favorite launch of the year. I've seen, especially on the community challenges, this just blew my mind, what people have been doing with this. Just being able to draw all over the world, having the user engagement that you can get with these GenAI modules has been phenomenal. If you haven't seen the modules, you can go to the project library, and then there's a modules tab. The OpenAI one, you can also use the Dolly. It's just been phenomenal to see how GenAI has just accelerated everything that we're doing. I use it on a daily basis. And these modules, the development with this has just been really impactful. So I highly encourage you to check these out and play around if you haven't already. They're so cool. And next, ear attachment points, another big one. This is really cool because it's not only the ear attachment, and you can actually read which part. It's the earlobe, the inner ear, and the ear helix, which is interesting. I didn't know that was a part of the ear, but you can have the occlusion. So if you're moving your head around, you can actually see the earrings move and appropriately disappear as you move your head. So a really fun feature. And of course, you can use not only for earrings, but for headphones, hats, and other use cases as well. And then I think the final one, which was probably generated the most excitement, was the simulator. This is really cool. You can obviously view your experience in different aspect ratios. You can simulate real world scenes. And also one really great aspect is you can, do playback to specific portions, and then you can actually record these. So you can make your own sizzle reels or, your social sharing of your experiences without having to go out and film it. I mean, I think on a daily basis, we see people all over the office just filming things and trying things out. And so now you can do that without getting up from your computer, which is kind of fun, and having some pretty cool shots. So you don't have to worry about the day or, getting outside when it's raining. So really excited about this simulator, and definitely more to come on this feature. We did have some other smaller launches, like self-hosted modules. Our modules can now be used for anyone who does self-hosting as well. A lot of infrastructure improvements to the VPS, just under the hood, making it better and better. This is just on a regular basis. We launched the player data module, so you can actually incorporate Niantic ID into your experiences and save states with it. And then one of the biggest launches of December was the improved login with Niantic ID and social login. If you have to log in, now you can use your Apple or your Google login, which just for me saves a lot of time. So that's a look back at 2023. And like I said, so many times throughout this was a lot of taking the feedback from the community and prioritizing those pieces so we can make the development easier, make experiences richer and more real, and then start to get ready for this headset world that is coming. In 3 days is when the Pro, I think, Vision Pro comes out.
Yeah, thank you so much, Megan, for that. Yeah, so exciting. What an amazing 2023 the product team had, and looking forward to some awesome updates and releases this year as well. We can't tease anything, but we're looking forward to what comes out next. I'm gonna quickly stop my screen share and restart because I realized I didn't add audio, and I have a video to play for you all soon in a second. So here we go. So as you can see there, we had some of our highlights from 2023, some of the grand prize winners of the challenges, which was really great. Let me get to the next slide. There we go. So we had a lot of great submissions and a lot of great participation from the 7 developer challenges that we had. We had over 140 submissions, as you all saw, 40 plus events, and of course, a lot of prize money awarded throughout the year. So really excited for that and the participation that you all had. But can't stress this enough. Thank you all so much for participating in those challenges. Those are really helpful for us as well to kind of see use cases, but also it's great to see all of the different creativity that you all kind of come up with the prompts that we provide. And that leads us to some exciting updates for 2024. But first, one other update on the community side, we had 8Academy launch for everyone new to web AR development. So for those of you that were around in about June, I remember this launching. This was our first 8Academy course, the Start to Publish Journey, which went through 5 lessons to get you to essentially publish your first web AR experience on 8th So it's really great. There are some exciting things coming with 8Academy. We'll have some more courses in the near future that we're really excited about. But if you haven't gone through this and you're interested in getting started, just go ahead and visit aif.io/learn, and you can go through the 5 self-paced lessons there. Alrighty, so now officially announcing our first challenge of 2024, titled the Time Capsule Challenge. So that is the theme for this first challenge of the year. Essentially, what we're leaning on for this is to call upon you all to develop and create time-related journeys and experiences. So that can be either historic, it can be culture related, or it can be a jump into the future. However you so decide to depict the vision of time. That is what we're focusing on for this first challenge. And this is a new timeline as well. So you'll see here that the challenge runs for a lot longer. So we're not doing just 1 month, we're doing about 2 months. The reason for that is for the first month to be very focused on the programming that you all are used to, right? With our Create workshops, our 8Talks events, and some of that one-to-one time with our support engineers, and then allowing you all the time to go ahead and develop on your own time, having learned all of that and submit based off of some of the feedback that we got for that the end of the year survey that some of you all have busy lives and work day jobs. So really glad that we got that feedback and implementing it right away here with our first challenge of the year. So a couple of things, we will have a grand prize this time titled the Era Pioneer Grand Prize. This would be a $5,000 cash prize featured in a blog, meeting with Niantic staff, and of course on a Discover page on the 8th homepage. Additionally to that, we have 2 prizes so there's 4 additional prizes, and each of these will have 2 awarded. So an additional 8 prizes total, besides the grand prize winner. Each will receive $2,000 in cash. And you can see here that they all have their own description. So we'll go over this a little bit more in detail in the info and ideation session that is scheduled for next Tuesday at the same time at 11 a.m. PT to talk a little bit about how you all can best gear your experiences to either encapsulate all of these prizes and give yourself the best chance to win a prize, or to focus on one specifically, depending on the type of experience that you want to build. So yeah, in order to RSVP for that event, please feel free to go to events.8thwall.com. Sorry for that typo there, the 6th. But yeah, join us next Tuesday where we'll be going into the judging criteria, the prizes a little bit more, and how to submit your experiences then. And so now, without further ado, I'll hand this over to Ian, which will go over where you all can best find support while you're in the development process.
Awesome. Thank you, Pablo. Hello, everybody. I know I see a lot of you viewing right now that I talk to on a daily basis. So thank you for being here. My name is Ian. I'm a dev support engineer here at 8Wall, and I get to work with 8Wall developers every single day to create some really amazing AR experiences. And during this development process, I know a lot of people will run into problems or questions. And so me and my team are doing our best to help answer those as quickly as possible and or give resources that help you answer those as quickly as possible. As I know, when I'm building 8Wall experiences and I'm kind of in the zone and building something really cool and I get stuck, I don't want that to kind of hinder what I'm working on. So being able to get really timely and quick answers to your questions is something that's really important and something that we are certainly working a lot at here at 8Wall. So to start off here, I'm just talking about our resource page, which is at 8wall.com/resources. This is kind of my go-to suggestion if you ever have any questions, as it kind of leads to a lot of other pages that are going to have a lot of helpful information for you. So on the resource page, we have a link to our documentation, which I'll talk about later, our project library, which has a bunch of sample projects that me and the support team have built to help developers kind of more quickly build projects. You can clone these projects and then start from there rather than starting from zero. We also have a Slack channel with about 8,000 developers, active developers on there. So asking any questions there is very helpful, as there's a lot of people to help answer those. So next slide, please. So talking about the project library, again, we have 100 plus projects here that the support team will build. Specifically, if we get a certain amount of questions from developers, we'll build a specific project so that people can easily clone these. And on this, there's also a modules tab, which you can easily import some modules into your project. Next slide. And then we also have a tutorials page at 8wall.com/tutorials. And this is really helpful for kind of specific use cases. If you're, maybe doing VPS or real-time reflections, or if you're just kind of getting an overall idea of how 8Wall works, I strongly recommend our 4-part Getting Started with 8Wall series, which is with Evan, Diana, me, and Tony, pretty much everybody on the support team. And we kind of go through the initial cloud editor, how to use it, how to deploy a project, and kind of the whole process of creating an 8Wall experience. So if you're new to 8Wall, strongly suggest going here first, and then you can look at the other tutorials and also 8Academy and to get a kind of a good overview of 8Wall. Next slide. So on our tutorials page, past kind of that intro 4-part series, we also have a lot of quick tips and live learning sessions. And the quick tip videos, we have about 10 videos, which were kind of popular questions from our developer community. And Evan, myself, and Tony wrote the scripts for these. And we just finished uploading our last video. So we've been working really hard to kind of get these videos out. And they're quick, to the point. They're not, very long videos. So if you're looking for an answer to VPS, real-time reflections, animations, these are a great resource to watch. Thank you. Yeah, next slide, please. And here's just some quick GIFs of some of the videos in the tutorials and some popular questions. Real-time reflections is something that I use in a lot of experiences that I'll build, or a lot of experiences that I see developers build. It's a really cool effect. Essentially is capturing the current camera view, creating kind of a spherical environment around your object, and then reflecting that environment off that kind of metallic object in your scene. And it gives this really cool effect. It's always amazing wherever I see it in any experience. Secondly, we have a VPS quick tips tutorial. And this is where you're able to anchor experiences to real world locations, and is a really cool feature of 8Wall. And I love seeing experiences using VPS. And then lastly is just image targets. This is a curved image target, and our quick tip videos kind of goes on into the details of the best feature points on image targets and kind of the best use cases for image targets. So those are just kind of 3 of the 10 we have on that tutorials page. Next slide. And then on top of that, we have some public and live events called Create Workshops. And these are really cool because we invite people from the AR XR industry to do kind of a hour-long talk or create workshop. We also do internal create workshops where we explore ideas on how to create really awesome 8-ball experiences. And one that we recently had that I went to was the In-World Create Workshop. And if you're unfamiliar with In-World, it is a kind of an AI character software company. And we collaborated with them where you can use In-World and bring it into an 8-ball experience where you can kind of talk with an AI character and kind of use that AI character to whatever your mind can imagine. And so we do these, and they're really fun, and you learn a lot while going to them. And In-World, Megan kind of touched on this earlier, kind of with her mixed reality experience. We built one to kind of showcase the possibilities of this. It was called Wool, and I'll certainly share the link to that here after the presentation. But it's a owl that you can talk to, and it has this whole story that it goes through, talking about the redwood trees in the forest, and you can pretty much ask it any question. And even if you try to detract from the forest itself, it kind of brings you back into the story of the forest and the redwood. So it's a really awesome technology. And on the left, we have a sample project which you can clone again, so you're not starting from bottom zero. This gives a lot of great information. It's a very thorough README, and you can clone this project and start creating projects using In-World. Next slide. Also, not too long ago, we introduced an all new documentation. We have search on there. You can also turn it to dark mode, which I always have it on. I like dark mode. A lot easier to navigate. And we have improved styling as well. Next slide. So yeah, just touching on the search ability here. I mean, compared to our last documentation page, which was kind of like a super long single URL page, the search here is so much better, and I use it all the time when I'm building or helping answer customer questions. It also comes in 5 different languages too, so that's very helpful to our international developers. And our last thing I want to talk about here is also something that developers are not too familiar with. And it's our editor help center. And so this can be accessed at the bottom left of the cloud editor. And instead of going to 8Talks.com and resources, you can, if you're in the cloud editor and you're working and you're grinding to build an awesome experience, you have this question mark on the bottom left of the cloud editor that you can just click on. And so this is going to be an easy access to our Slack community, documentation, tutorials, and then you can also report a bug from this, our request support, which will be sent straight to the support team. And then our team will take a look at that request. And so, I bring this up too because we build all this content for developers to build experiences more easily. And the first stop is to have you all help yourselves as fast as possible, because the support team is only as big as we have it, and we can only reply as fast as we can, which we do our best at. But giving you the tools to be able to solve problems or questions as fast as possible, so we can continue building that awesome experiences, is really what our team is trying to work on. And then the support team is obviously always here to help with any of the questions. So next slide. And that is it. So I'll give it back to Pablo. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much, Ian, for that. Yeah, huge, great reminder of where you all can best find some support items, and also have access to some of the quick tips on YouTube and the getting started videos as well. So yeah, we had a couple questions come in regarding the challenge from Danny. I'll just go ahead and reiterate these live so that we can just have everyone have those answers. So the first question was, how many submissions can we provide for each category? So you can actually submit up to 3 entries max as a person or team. So that means that you are kind of limited as far as like which prize category to pick from. So that does not mean 3 for each category. That means 3 maximum for the total, Danny. And then a follow-up question regarding must the submission only work for iOS and Android devices, or do we need to also include the option for virtual devices like Quest Pro, Quest 2 to 3? That is not a requirement to support those devices for your experience for this challenge. In the future, we may have a challenge that will ask for that, but right now for this, that is not a requirement. But yeah, let us know if you have any additional questions, either for Megan for product related questions, or Ian for support related questions, or myself for community related questions. I can go ahead and stop the screen share here, and then I'll look out for hands raised, or just unmute yourselves. Danny, you have a question here again. I'll just go ahead and answer this live. So for the demo video, do we have to upload the video on YouTube or Vimeo? Yes, preferably have that uploaded on a site that we can easily watch. And then you'll also want to link that into your featured page so that your featured page is fully built out with an example. So, cool. Any questions? This is always the awkward part.
Hey, it's Kyle Ward. I just want to say I appreciate all the support. These features are amazing. I, for one, just find it so time consuming just to even like get through all of them. There's so many features that you've added. I have so many ideas, but it's just like, wow, how do I, kind of capture those? So this is not a question or anything like that. I just want to say that I really like the platform and the tool set. I think for me, like I see that Juan's in LA, maybe there's a way that, some local people, like for me, we can get together and chat. I've got some clients that have some ideas and I'm not always sure how to execute them. So I don't know if you guys have a community that a platform or anything like that that just kind of allows for those types of connections to be made. Just kind of an idea.
Yeah, that's a great question. So right now you can use our developer Slack to connect with other members of the 8th Wall community. But beyond that, I think, Megan, do we have an answer that we can share beyond using our developer Slack right now? No. Okay.
I don't think we can share. I would like to share some things, but we cannot right now.
Thank you. Yeah, sorry, Kyle, but use our developer Slack for now.
Great,
And then
thanks a lot.
also,
But we
yeah, I
are
was just gonna
thinking
add on
about that.
Yes. Yeah. Ian, did you want to add on?
Yeah, just also, I mean, on general socials too, you could certainly search for 8th Wall and look for creators or developers that are sharing these experiences. That's how I certainly find and interact with a lot of the 8th Wall developers. Is I'll go to whatever your social is or whatever it may be, LinkedIn, Instagram, Twitter, whatever. You can certainly search 8th Wall and reach out to those people if you enjoy what they're building and learn more about 8th Wall and how they're doing that. So.
Yeah, now I'll go ahead and shamelessly plug Ian's Instagram and socials, XR Architect, for some great inspiration if you all don't already follow those. All right, any other questions? Danny, I see you had a question about 3D assets for the chat. I'm assuming this is for the challenges. Yeah, please feel free to use assets as you need for the challenge. Oh, we have another open question. Yeah, so Danny, there are some restrictions for countries that can participate in the challenge. For that, I strongly recommend going to eighth.io/challenges. I'll put that in the chat here, and then you can see the full list of rules and any limitations that exist as far as countries that can participate.
I was also going to add to Kyle's question as well too. We have a Discover page. I don't know if you're familiar with, but just for kind of getting more inspiration or looking at what is possible, and also the developers have like their featured project page, which you can certainly reach out to the developers themselves. So the Discover page is a great place to go for inspiration and also seeing what people are building. So.
Yeah, I almost forgot that we also recently put together a lot of the great submissions of challenges for 2023. So if you go to this link, 8thwall.com/discover, /view all, and then, question mark Q equals challenges 2023, you'll be able to see some of the cool submissions that were sent in for the 2023 challenges. And for those of you that want to add your challenge submissions to that page, go ahead and add challenges 2023 to your submissions in the tags, and then you will also appear there as well. Mary, can we work together and submit as teams? Yes. So a team can be a max of 4 people for this. We will also be talking about teams and team forming in the info and ideation event next Tuesday. So it'll be a great opportunity to see what ideas others have. And if you'd like to team up for your challenge submission, you can go ahead and bring that up then. And then what are the team keenly anticipating in 2024 in the industry? Oh, wow. That's a great question. So, Megan, I'll throw this over to you.
Well, I will say that one of the best resources for thinking about 2024 is Tom Emmerich's post on LinkedIn. If you don't follow him, he's one of a VP of products over here at Niantic, but even honestly, he's the reason I joined 8th Wall was I followed Tom. And he posts his 2024 predictions. He does this every year. He does 24 for this year, did 23 last year, and he also does like how well they've performed. And so I would go read that. I think, when I did tease off as the year of HMDs, I think everyone's going to be talking about Vision Pro. I mean, I'm just like super excited to try it out if I ever can. There's obviously generative AI is continuing to be like the darling of the industry as well. It's just so powerful. So I think those are the two big ones, but definitely go check out that post. It's on LinkedIn. I would follow him there. He just posts regularly about what's trending in the industry.
Yeah, I see a follow-up question there from Nate. I just dropped the 2 links that you'll need to find those things. So the first one is his LinkedIn profile, and the second is that 2024 newsletter.